Hi, my name is Stace, and this is my dad, Jeff. This is my mom, Lenny. Yeah. I have a brother named Brady. Yeah. I have a sister named Andy. Yeah, I'm 16 years old. Yeah, I love to play the drums, and I love the piano, and I love to read books, man. Yeah, I have I would love to spend with friends and our family.
I'll just give you a bit of a background for Dayton. When he was born, we didn't know that there was any issues or anything wrong. We very early on found out that he had a partial deletion of chromosome 8, and there were only 5 other kids in the whole world that had record of having the same deletion. As well, he had to have open heart surgery when he was 3 months old. So he had congenital heart disease.
Yeah.
And just processing all of that was obviously very shocking for our family, and all the things that you worry about. Jeff and I often talk about it, and when you have a child with special needs and you're told all these things, that he may never walk, he may never talk, you're just in shock, and you're just so overcome with trying to figure things out. And do we get a home with a wheelchair ramp? Like, how do we process all of this? But I'm just trying to remember that time of how I remember I asked Jeff, and I said, remember Jeff, I said to you, do you think it's wrong if we pray for God to heal him? And I remember Jeff saying, heal him from what? And from that moment on, we just can't believe that God chose us to be his parents, because he's so perfect and wonderful. He's so compassionate. He's happy every moment of his life. He has made us just really trust God. And when you have a child that doesn't fall within the same category as your normal child, you think, how are we going to cope? But yet, you can't prepare even for your other children the things that are going to come. And so that was such a learning point for me of just not thinking of the future, but just in the moment, trusting God and looking at this perfect gift that he's given us, and how much joy he's given us to our family, and the patience that we've had to learn, and just relying on each other as husband and wife. Because when you get married, you never know how someone's going to respond to a situation, like your spouse is going to respond. And so, sorry, I'm crying. We often say we can't believe how blessed we are to have him, because he's so perfect.
Yeah, when the nurses took him away when he was 3 months old, we didn't know if that was the last we were ever going to see of him. And not knowing what was going to happen helped bring us together and recognize that we needed God more than anything at that time. And he rebounded so well, because there's not one person in this world whose life has not been blessed when Dayton has been in it.
We're always having to advocate for him. And my always struggle is we're not trying to come across as those overbearing parents, because he can't advocate for himself. And so we always have to speak for him because he can't for himself. And so we're sometimes labeled, we don't want to be labeled as, here they come again, those parents that are trying to push to get him to want to do something. But unfortunately, with Dayton, the skills and gifts that he has haven't always been welcomed. We've had a lot of roadblocks, but for the most part, coming to Riverside, they've allowed him to. He also plays in the youth band, and he just absolutely loves playing the drums. and he's given an opportunity here to play the drums, and we're so thankful.
He's been included in a lot of areas. And later on in the summer, there's a retreat, right? Would you like to go to that?
Sure, man.
Yeah. Well, this is one of the things that with this advocacy project that they're doing here, initiated here at Riverside, is they're looking to train and equip people who can help us do something like this, because some of these events that we may not be able to attend as parents, then we can't send him along because we don't have a network of people who know how to take care of him or to take care of what he needs. Even helping him brush his teeth, or how to change his clothes properly. There's things that we would like to be able to leave in the hands of others when we couldn't do. So this year we're going to join him on the youth retreat, and as time goes on with Riverside, what we're looking forward to is being able to see how others will be able to maybe take our place, so that he can go and not need us necessarily to have to walk him through everything and kind of be his oversight, which we're really grateful that Riverside is putting this project together.
Yeah?
Yeah, bruh.
Yeah, bro.